We've got another Melick Adventures collaboration. This time we're talking Hercules, so let's get cracking! Hello all my explorers, and welcome back to Loren's Adventures Out There. And if you're new, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. My name is Loren, and I'm with Castles, Capes, and Clones, where we discuss everything in the Disney universe. We talk Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, The Muppets, 20th Century, National Geographic, Disney Plus, ABC, Hulu, and more. If it's about Disney, we're talking about it. So, if you like that kind of content, we would love it if you would subscribe to our channel, hit the bell for notifications, and do like this post, as it really does help us out. So we have another Melick Adventures collaboration. There are several of us that participate in this collaboration. All of the channels are going to be listed below, but this was dreamt up by my good friends Danielle and Ben over at Melick Adventures. And twice a month we are assigned a Walt Disney Animation picture or a Pixar film, and we can go wild with it. You know, we can do whatever we want. Some people show their collaborations. Some people will sketch and draw, paint. Some people will create ears. Some people make a recipe. You know, really the sky's the limit. And if you've been watching my channel, you'll know that the thing that I like to do is talk about the artists and the different kinds of things that might inspire that particular film. So today we are talking about the movie Hercules. Did you ever notice the distinctive style of Hercules? The clean lines, the exaggerated character design? Well, this all has to do with British political cartoonist Gerald Scarfe, who served as the production designer for the film. Scarfe was born in 1936 in St. John's Woods, London. He had a severe case of asthma that left him feeling lonely and anxious. He was given medication like ephedrine that caused hallucinations, and it made him aware that life was fragile and frightening. To ease his troubled mind, he started to draw. Artists such as Ronald Searle, Pablo Picasso, Andre Francois, Al Hirschfeld, and even Walt Disney himself served as chief inspiration. He studied at St. Martin's School of Art, London College of Printing, and East Ham Technical College in London. Scarfe worked as an advertiser before finding more joy as a newspaper cartoonist. But Scarfe is best known for his work with British rock band Pink Floyd. His animated short, A Long Drawn Out Trip, which featured surreal imagery, drew the attention of the group's members, and they asked him to do some artwork for them. He drew a caricature for the comic book that came with the band's 1974-1975 tour, and a series of animated shorts for their 1977 In the Flesh tour, complete with a music video for their song Welcome to the Machine. He also famously illustrated the cover of their 1979 album, The Wall, and provided the animation for the 1980 stage show and 1982 film adaptation, Pink Floyd, The Wall. In 1997, Scarfe began working as a conceptual artist on Hercules, and later production designer. The directors, Ron Clements and John Musker, were fans of his work and felt it resembled the artwork on ancient Greek vases. The artist made about 700 drawings, which the Disney animators used as graphic inspiration, particularly notable in the character of Hades, Hydra, and various demon and monsters. In an interview with Cult Film, Scarfe said, "I sent more and more work and actually became very excited myself and more involved. It's difficult for them who've been trained in the Disney method to step outside that. As John said in one article I read, it's like suddenly having a tennis coach that tells you the exact opposite of what you've been doing for the last 13 years. Your grip's different or whatever." So they had to relearn. They covered the studio in things that said, "This is a Scarfe line. This is how to draw like Scarfe." There was someone who was almost like my interpreter who was telling the others how to draw. Some of them adapted to it very quickly, others didn't. There was some resistance, I read afterward, but they were all incredibly charming to me. Scarfe began his first year working remotely as a consultant, but by the second year, he was regarded as the production assistant. He worked with all the animators to give Hercules that distinctive style. Asked about whether he caricatured the actors, he said some of them ultimately swayed towards Hades, for instance. After I designed him as a mercurial figure, James Wood, who's quite a mercurial actor, came in, and the animator Nick and I changed the eyes to look a bit more like James Wood's. We changed the lips. James Wood's has rather fleshy lips. Little adjustments like that, but only in the case of James Woods and Danny DeVito, a slight leaning toward who they are. Scarfe felt more at ease with the over-the-top characters such as Hades, the Fates, and monsters. The more realistic characters were more of a challenge for him. Caricature is a grotesque art, and one couldn't really caricature Hercules and Meg too much, because once you caricature a good-looking person, all you can say about a good-looking person is not so much that they are not good-looking, but they are vain, they are stupid, they are empty-minded. So they had to look reasonably. Andreas Deja, who animated the adult Hercules, told D23, the official Disney fan club, "What was difficult about him is to set him graphically in that Gerald Scarfe influenced world." Gerald Scarfe has a very aggressive graphic style that applied very well to the characters like the Fates and Hades. It's an eccentric graphic style that he has. When it came to Hercules, even Gerald was lost. His development art either showed him really realistic, almost like a live-action person, or cartoony but crazy. I said, why don't we go back to the Greek ideal or some Greek cliches, like base him on a Greek statue? And we did somewhat stylized sketch, and that became the character. Critical reception was mixed. Some viewers felt the Scarfe look was too different from the Disney trademark style. At the same time, fans of Scarfe felt it was watered down too much. Regardless, Scarfe very much enjoyed working on the project. He continues to work in his studio every day. He works on many commissions and had a one-man show in Australia earlier this year. He's also working on a book, featuring his artwork on Hercules. Okay, so that is another Melick Adventure collaboration that we have wrapped up with Hercules. Check out all the channels who are participating in this collaboration down below. Again, thank you so much, Danielle and Ben, for inviting me to be part of these collaborations. And if you had a good time today, we'd love it if you would subscribe to our channel, hit the bell for notifications, and do like this post, as it really does help us out.